what if the money in your pocket isn't really money at all? What if the system that runs the global economy isn't backed by anything physical? No gold, no silver, no real-world anchor, just trust. Because not long ago, every dollar, every currency was tied to something real. Gold, a metal pulled from the earth, limited, scarce, and impossible to fake. But today, governments can create money out of nothing, and that changed everything. Entire economies can rise overnight, markets can crash in seconds, and decisions made in one country can affect billions of lives across the world. So what happened? How did we go from gold to a system built on trust, debt, and control? To understand that, we have to go back to when money had real weight. This leads us to Chapter 1, when money was real. Before modern banking, money wasn't paper, it was gold and silver. If you had wealth, you could hold it in your hands. Empires rose and fell based on how much gold they controlled. From ancient kingdoms to powerful European nations, gold wasn't just money, it was power. But carrying gold everywhere wasn't practical, so banks were created. At first, they were simple. You deposit your gold, and the bank gives you a paper receipt. That paper, it represented real gold stored somewhere safe, and people trusted it, because at any moment you could go back and exchange it for actual gold. This became the foundation of modern money, a system built on trust, but backed by something real. This was known as the gold standard, and for a while it worked. But there was one problem. Gold is limited, and economies are not. This leads us to Chapter 2, the beginning of control. As countries grew, they needed more money, more trade, more investment, more expansion. But gold couldn't keep up. There simply wasn't enough of it. So banks began doing something risky. They started printing more paper money than the gold they actually had. At first, it worked. People didn't all withdraw their gold at the same time, so no one noticed. This system became known as fractional reserve banking, and it changed everything. Because now, money wasn't just something you owned, it was something that could be created. Slowly, carefully, governments realized something powerful. If you control money, you control the economy. And if you control the economy, you control everything. So this leads us to Chapter 3, the Great Breakdown. Then came a moment that shattered the system, the Great Depression. Banks collapsed, people rushed to withdraw their gold, and suddenly there wasn't enough. The illusion was exposed. Governments panicked, because if everyone demanded gold at once, the system would fail completely. So drastic decisions were made. In 1933, the Franklin D. Roosevelt took a historic step. Gold ownership was restricted. Citizens were required to hand over their gold in exchange for paper money. Think about that. The government took control of the gold and gave people currency in return. Why? To stabilize the system, but also to gain control. Because once gold was centralized, money could be managed without limits. Which leads us to Chapter 4, the global system. After World War II, the world needed rebuilding, so a new system was created, the Bretton Woods Agreement. Under this system, the US dollar was tied to gold, and every other currency was tied to the dollar. This made the United States the center of the global economy. If you wanted stability, you needed dollars. And if you needed dollars, you depended on America. For a time, this system worked. Trade expanded, economies grew, the world stabilized. But there was a hidden problem. The US was printing more money than it had gold to back it. And eventually, the world noticed. This leads us to Chapter 5, the moment gold died. By the late 1960s, countries began demanding their gold. They no longer trusted the dollar, and the pressure grew. Then, in 1971, everything changed. Richard Nixon made a decision that shocked the world. He ended the dollar's link to gold completely. No more gold backing, no more guarantees, just paper money. This moment is known as the Nixon Shock, and from that point on, money became something entirely different. Not a physical asset, but a system based on trust and control. This leads us to Chapter 6, the modern financial system. Today, money isn't even paper, it's digital. Numbers on a screen, created by central banks, moved by financial institutions, controlled by policy decisions. And because it's no longer tied to gold, there are no hard limits. Governments can print money during crises, stimulate economies, control inflation. But there's a cost. Too much money creation can reduce value. Too much control can shift power. Because in today's world, those who control money control the system. This leads us to conclusion. So how did gold disappear? Not overnight. Not by accident, but through a series of decisions, each one solving a problem while creating a new one. From gold to paper, from paper to digital, from value to trust. The modern financial system didn't just replace gold, it replaced the idea of money itself. And today, we live inside that system. Every transaction, every paycheck, every purchase. But here's the real question. If money is no longer real, then what gives it value? And more importantly, who really controls it? If you want to understand how money, power, and global systems really work, subscribe now, because the next video might change how you see everything.